So this is life in lockdown. I wonder if you would want to go flying now if we had to sit that close together. On the plus side, when my wife, who, by the way, the two of us together, bringing a whole new definition to the word inmate. When we go for walks now, we catch our neighbors smiling and waving a lot more than they used to, though from the other side of the street. It's kind of odd, but in a good way. Like Bob Ross here. He's my inspiration when all seems lost. I think he would say, just create something. Put it out in the world. See what happens. Learn some more. Then do it again, a little better. Which I think may be a good approach to this present crisis. After all, there is very little we can do to change things on a macro level. But what we can do is create consciously. We're always creating something and putting it out there anyway. We just aren't always aware of it. Perhaps now is the time to become aware. Here are some thoughts on how you can turn this all around in your world. A lot of people are, even if unintentionally, generating enough negative energy to create a negative wave that could have a big effect. But is it possible for one person to create something that is a net positive? If so, why not do that? Even if it's just a word of encouragement to a friend who's suffering or living in fear. Here's an intention. Just imagine how, when all this ends, how eager you're going to be to get back to work, more prepared than ever to bring value into the world. Some would call this wishful thinking. And it could become just that if you don't back it up with action. So create now and every day. And those actions, born of intention, will determine your future, no matter what happens to the collective. I once had a professor who said, creativity needs a prison. He was talking about restraints, of course. Think about how ivy climbs the walls of a building, giving it that lush feel. Or how watercolors seep into the paper and become part of the image. The restraints you feel today will become the ingredients of the value that you create tomorrow. Oh, what's that, Bob? Oh yeah. Sure, you could think of this as turning lemons into lemonade and let it go at that. But when the fear comes roaring back, if you aren't conscious of it, it'll control you. Now is a great time to prepare yourself for the inevitable explosion of activity that's going to come soon on the part of the collective. Will you be ready for it, or will you be overcome by it? The answer to that is in the choices you make today. Right now, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? I mean, besides going to bed and, pulling the covers up over your head, what are you drawn to doing? Maybe it's something you can't do physically because of present conditions like going to the movies or getting your hair cut, but you can watch movies on Netflix and maybe learn to cut your hair by watching YouTube videos. There's an adventure. Or finally find out what you'll look like with a ponytail. The point is, we never know what's going to happen from one minute to the next. There must be a reason for that. Maybe it's that consciously responding to the moment is what brings the next moment. Because we only see what we're aware of. And most of us are only aware of the negative. That's the clue that we're outside the moment, judging it rather than in it being part of what creates the next moment. You don't understand. You are a powerful being who has no idea how powerful you are. We're all like the sorcerer's apprentice, out of control, afraid, caught in a spell of our own making, spraying negative energy across the planet, bringing disaster everywhere we go. And a molecule's worth of awareness would bring all that to a graceful end. But then what would happen to the drama we love so much? Well, maybe we could put it in our videos instead of our lives. Because while there's nothing to be gained by pushing drama into the world, there is so much to be gained by teaching the world through drama. It's all in how you focus your inborn capacity to create with conscious awareness. It's a choice. Society would prefer We choose fear right now. Fortunately, all the negative forces on this planet cannot deny or change what is true in you. Only you can do that. And why would you? The answer to that question is the foundation of your ability to live without fear in a crisis and even be a source of comfort and inspiration to others. One small thing that might help now would be to bring your offline business into the online world by telling those stories on video that will bring hope and healing. It's not a cure for cancer or even for this virus, but it's what we can do here right now. So if you like, bring your questions and we'll start a discussion. I've been doing this for 10 years with over 50,000 students. I'll probably have some answers. And if I don't, someone else here might. Besides, after you've meditated, what else is there to do on a rainy Wednesday morning? For learning more every day, I'm Steve Washer. Let's get started.